Hello, and welcome to the Wellness Rock Show with your host, Stephanie Deal, where we dive deep into women's hormonal health, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Together, we will discover how God designed our bodies to consume proper nutrition and how that applies to the rest of our lives. Here, we will unravel all of our education and knowledge that you need to get your body and your hormones back to where they need to be. As a disclaimer, I am not a doctor and I do not provide medical advice. Please speak to your primary physician before starting or stopping any medications. Alrighty, well, welcome back. I'm so happy for you all to be tuning in this week, and we have a very special guest with us today. Her name is Erica Lewis, and she is an Integrative Nutrition Health Coach, transformation coach, and speaker. She received her training as a health coach from the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, a cutting-edge health coaching training program. During her training, she studied over 100 dietary theories, practical lifestyle management techniques, and innovative coaching methods with some of the world's top health and wellness experts. Her teachers included some incredible well-known doctors. Erica's education equipped her with extensive knowledge in holistic nutrition, health coaching, and preventative health. Her selected areas of focus and specialty is working with mothers and women, introducing them to or taking them deeper into mindfulness and holistic living using behavioral changes techniques, growth mindset work, eating according to their individual needs for energy and vibrancy, food and herbs as medicine, and other tools and practices. So as you guys can tell, she is doing the thing. So I am so excited to have her here, and I'm going to have her introduce herself a little bit.
Yeah, so hello to everyone. Again, Erica Lewis, and it's just an honor to be here with Stephanie. You are just a beacon of light, and I just have to say how you make me smile every time I connect with you. So thank you for having me on.
Aw, thank you.
I like to say I was just a simple girl growing up that knew that I wanted different in life. So it led me to exploring a lot of different arenas, most of them being in business. So my background falls anywhere with executive coaching and always entrepreneurial. So executive coaching, working with different management teams to help them to achieve their goals. Real estate was a big part of my life also in different areas, everything from selling to holding companies and the likes and managing those. And also Spanish language coaching and training with executives who were moving abroad. So those were three big hats that I wore, and I rocked with those for a long period of time. When motherhood came about, I had my second daughter, and as always, I know this is kind of controversial, but she was affected greatly by a vaccination that she had. And it really caused her health to spiral. And it was that experience and a mother's love and willing to do anything to help her baby to heal and be healthy that put me on the trajectory of the healing path, the wellness path, and food and herbs as medicine. And I became fascinated. At that same time, I had a brother that was slipping away in his physical body, and he ended up succumbing to liver damage and liver failure ultimately. And it was those two experiences that really taught me to look at the human body, to get deep into how can this be better? How can this heal? How can this change? And when my brother was dying, I came across an article that said that the liver can regenerate. Mm-hmm. And I was fascinated. I said, what? Mm-hmm. You know, I've been sitting at his medical table with about 8 or 9 of his doctors with my mother for the last 2 years. Oh. 8 or 9 doctors, experts from all different areas. And I had never heard that before. I was in awe. I go on to find out that the heart can regenerate, and helped a friend to regenerate his heart when it was only operating at 26%, and he almost passed away.
Wow.
So the experience with my daughter, my brother, that friend, I'm one of those individuals that I have to know. I have to understand, how did this happen? How can more of this happen? How can I save the world, so to say? And that's what led me into getting my certification. And then I wanted to help other mothers and other people. And so I spearheaded into that whole world and arena. And whatever we want to talk about today, I experienced it and I love it and I'm here for it.
Yes, I love that. You know, it is crazy once you start going down that hole and figuring out truly how so many things are possible just by the nutrition that we eat and doing our daily things correctly, so that we're getting to that point where our body is healthy and it can do what it's supposed to be doing, like the way that our bodies were designed to restore and regenerate. But because we're putting all of these things into our bodies that our body doesn't necessarily know how to process, it's causing a defense mechanism, which is causing all of these diseases. But if we just fueled our body with how we're supposed to be fueling our body, it creates a regeneration process, and our cells are able to be new, healthy cells like they're meant to be. So that's awesome. We definitely have to hit our icebreaker question before we get going.
So cute. Yeah.
You said what?
I said those are so cute. I've enjoyed the show, so.
Thank you. So if you could be any animal, what would you be?
I would have to say, and this sounds crazy, a sloth.
And why would you be a sloth?
The world just moves, and I can hear my daughters, Mom, you're such a deep thinker. You make everything deep. But sloths, they are one of the slowest mammals on this earth. And I'm, again, inquisitive, always the thinker. I'm just wondering how much more of life could we enjoy and capture if we just slow down? Wow. What does that sloth get to see or experience that we will never experience because they move at such an almost not moving pace?
Right.
So, yeah, what could we capture in our daily lives? And it's just a curious thing.
No, that's very interesting, because it just made me think, like, wow, what do I not notice because I'm always moving? What do I not see that could be like, it could spark a new idea or a new opportunity? What am I missing out on because I'm so focused on this? Oh, I need to get to point A to point B, when there's like little a, little b maybe looking at me.
Yeah, I have my little sister. She has a saying that I love so much. She's like, she calls me Eric. Eric, sometimes you just gotta slow down and watch the grass grow. And I can always hear her saying that when I get moving fast, or if I feel rattled or frazzled. It's just like, take a breath, because it really is serious.
Right.
No, 9 times out of 10, no.
Right. No. I mean, it won't matter in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, 6 months, a year. Like, is this really a big deal? So I like that wisdom in her.
Right. Yeah. No, I love that. I love that one, honestly. So we're going to jump right into it. I know you told us a little bit about your story and kind of what kickstarted you into kind of getting that health coaching certification and stuff like that. What we're really going to talk about today is decision making. And I know you've had some big decisions in your life. So kind of just tell us a little bit about those big decisions and what kind of made you get to who you are and what you do, and the amazing human that you are that can do so much. And you, like you said, you do wear so many hats. So what kind of led you to those decisions and kind of brought you to where you are right now?
Yeah, thank you. So I told you how I got started into the health world. And so in the midst of trying to save the world and be the best mom and be the best wife and so many, again, hats that we were wearing, I came up against the unthinkable. 2018, so I got the diagnosis that most women don't want to hear. So I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And it was an interesting time in my life. I was literally planning my daughter's birthday party, and my phone rings, and I get the phone call from the hospital. And I remember them telling me that if I don't hear anything, everything is fine. But if for whatever reason they call, just make sure that I catch the call type thing. So when I got the phone call and I see Beaumont Hospital on my screen, on my phone, I just froze. And I remember going into my bedroom, sitting down to take the call, and I braced myself and picked up the phone. And when I got the news, I just sat there and said, okay. I got my mom on the phone to make sure I caught everything, because I was kind of out of it.
Right.
And I remember taking a deep breath when I got off of the phone. Tears kind of fell down my face. And right away, I said, I have a big decision to make. And I don't know where the wisdom of the calm came, and it just hit me. I have to decide right now to live and to make it on the other side of this.
Yeah.
And I just sat there staring at the wall. And so that was the first big decision that I had to make in my life that would impact a lot of other decisions moving forward. Right. So I took a deep breath. I made that decision. I got up, I walked out the room, and I continued planning her birthday party.
Wow.
And then I said, I'll figure everything else out later.
Yeah. Wow. That is impactful. And I mean, I've talked to you many times and I did not know this. So this was like, wow to me. But for you to sit there and have the cognitive ability to take that phone call and be like, not freak out, not think the worst thing possible, but to sit there and say, I'm going to fight this thing. Like, it's not going to beat me. I'm going to beat it, and make that decision for yourself in that moment just shows truly how powerful of a woman you truly are. And that is nothing that anybody can take away from you. So that is amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just one of those things because and like I said, I don't know where that sense of calm came from. And it would just, that message just kind of continued to come across in different ways. My first time going to the doctor at post-diagnosis, you don't know and you'll never know. I'm proclaiming that over you, but you go in and you work with the doctors and they tell you the prognosis and what they think and the like. And then I remember walking out of that appointment and a woman that was there in the breast cancer center, she looked at me and she said, I've been through this. She said, I got through this. She said 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. And she said, the first thing that you have to do is you have to get your mind right. She said, those that master their mind live. Mm. Those that don't usually don't.
Wow.
So I was just blessed to encounter her right away too. I feel like God just put people in my path and in my place, and immediately I said, this is a mindset game. It's all mindset.
Absolutely.
So I called one of my best girlfriends who, again, the guy had just happened to place in my life. Everything I heard her saying before, everything that we need is right around us. Or it's already, in our experience. And so luckily, and she's a transformation coach. She's one of those deep herbalists and healers and just a fantastic woman. And what she said to me, and so I called her right away and I said, I'm ready to work. And that's the first area of work that I went on because I would later learn that the body follows the mind.
Right. Absolutely.
And the positions.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so true. Like everything can be won up here first. If you have it up here, like, you can conquer anything.
Yeah.
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 That's
the work that Florida began.
Awesome. Wow. That was definitely a big decision that you had to make in order for you to be sitting here with me today. So I'm glad that you made that decision in that moment.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, I mean, that is a powerful decision within itself. But, within like the small decisions that we make on a daily basis, and even big decisions like that, can you explain to us a little bit about like where that power comes from within ourselves, that we have the power to make those decisions, and kind of like we just talked about, like conquering that mind, and what that feels like to give yourself that power in that situation?
Well, I think that usually power comes from asking questions is what I found. What do I want? What do I truly want? And it comes from being still. So no matter what it is that you're going through in your life, immediately, again, I'm always the consummate learner and wanted to know and to figure things out. So I got deep into the mindset path, and it led me to, neuroscience and the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza, who helps people to heal with their mind and body. So that was one arena. But also I said, how can I use this in other areas of my life? Because I had studied holistic nutrition, which also worked on the mind and the body and the spirit. Anytime we want to make any decision, it's like a trifecta. Usually all are involved. So I said to myself, what other decisions do I need to make in my life? Because whatever happened that led me to this point, it wasn't just one thing. I knew that. So I had to look at my entire life. That's the way my mindset worked at that time with my training. And so I had to look at my relationships. Romantic relationship. I was married at the time. Also my relationship with my kids and other people, and how my relationship with myself, how I was taking care of myself. So I had to look at career and what I was doing there. I had to make decisions as to how I would expend my energy in life. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times we're giving so much energy and so much to so many other people, and that we're not focusing on our own goals,
Right.
what it is that we want to work on